my name is Claudia. Welcome. You can find me on all other social media at I am Claudia Q, and I share all the houseplant things. So today I thought I'd share an update on the import plants. I know it's been quite a few months, so I'll note on the screen exactly when they arrived and then obviously what today's date is. I'll show you how they're doing, did they make it, etc. I'm just going to do all of this on the floor because sometimes that's easier. So if you remember, it was 6 plants plus a tissue culture plant. Off the bat, the tissue culture plant didn't make it. To be honest, I didn't do a ton of research on how to properly care and grow a tissue culture plant, and I don't think I removed all of that slimy stuff, I forget what it's called, I'll note it in the screen, that it came with, and that can actually cause rot if it's not all properly removed. It should also be removed with distilled water, which I didn't do, so unfortunately the plant was just kind of doomed. I didn't know what to do with it. I also didn't know what it was, so I wasn't super motivated to do much with it, so that one's on me. I think that we will get the not so great news ones out of the way first, and then we'll move into the good news. Up first, I will note the name on the screen, but this was one of the Hoyas, and it has not been doing well. It didn't root at all. It's really dry now, but yeah, didn't make it. Next, another Hoya, the red one I was kind of excited about. Same kind of situation. It didn't grow, no roots, nothing. It's actually quite hydrated in here, but it just didn't take to my space. And yeah. Number 3 that is actually doing okay, the only one, but I'm just noticing it is infested with mealybugs. And I do not understand how that could have happened. I don't know if you can see them, but they're so obvious. So this one is doing well, but it is now infested, and now I am questioning whether I'm going to keep this or not. Sometimes I have several plants I'm rehabbing or in quarantine, and especially when it comes to pests, I get overwhelmed and unmotivated. Yeah, gross. On to better news. This beautiful variegated scindapsus. It's doing so good. It's gotten so many new roots. So today I thought it would be good to transfer it to soil, and yeah. And the majestic, it has grown 2 new leaves, so these 2 at the top. It did lose one of them right here. So this was a leaf that was initially growing when it arrived, but it never grew, and then it just shriveled up and fell off, which makes sense with the acclimation. But look at this thing. This poor little skewer is no longer doing the job. So we are going to also repot this and give it a moss pole to climb. The roots are growing beautifully on this one. I love, love, love this one. I can't wait to see it grow. Let's go ahead and do the scindapsus first, since that's going to be really easy. And then we'll do the majestic. I wouldn't typically do a clear pot for the scindapsus, but scindapsus tend to be a little sensitive to repots, so I would rather have it in a clear pot where I can keep an eye on the roots and make sure that it continues to grow nicely. This is only one little vine, so this size should be, I'm actually gonna go grab a smaller one. Okay, so here is a smaller one. Again, since it's only one little vine, I don't want to overwhelm the roots. And the green stuff you see is just algae. Pretty normal and common in propagations. I'm not even going to attempt to take any of this perlite off. Just going to leave it. I'm using soul soils because I find scindapsus to be quite thirsty. And here she goes. I love this plant so much. I think the variegation is just so pretty. I'm a little paranoid with the mealies. I don't see any on here though. Now we're going to do the majestic, and since I'm adding it to a pole, I'm going to use the Grow Thickly poles. This is the medium 3.0, so they open and close in the front, and I think that'll be beneficial because I do think that at some point I'm going to chop and prop it, so it'll be easier to access the roots. So these build very similar to the Russo that you've seen me build here before. You fold at the crease. The bottom has these little tabs, and I like to fill up with moss first. I'm going to be using this white pot because I'm out of the, it's almost 6 inch of the clear pots that I usually use, but I'm out of those, so I'm just going to use this white one, which is, I think, just a little bit taller. It should be fine. Some pre-moistened moss. And I'm thinking I might even already need an extension. So this is what it looks like. I just wish there was a no messy way to do this. This does have some of the old roots that don't look great, but the plant in and of itself is doing great, so I'm not going to disturb. So I'm not going to disturb them, I'm just going to leave them. I forgot I want to sprinkle some myco, which is beneficial fungi that should help the roots a lot. I've seen some people do their moss poles and it's so not this messy. I don't know what it is about me or that I'm doing, but at this point I feel like I've done it quite a number of times and it's still always messy, one reason or another. I'm so afraid this is gonna snap. I always attach with grafting tape because I feel it helps hold in moisture in the node and encourages the plant to attach better to the moss. It's definitely ready for an extension because the last node is right up here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Okay. I love it so much. Look how cute. I hope you can see the whole thing, but I love it. Cannot wait to see this grow more. So yeah, that was my first import experience situation with the plants. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention the Thai constellation did amazing, grew beautiful roots, gave me 2 new leaves. I did not take any photos. I ended up selling it. I have 2 other Thais and I didn't want a third one, so once it grew healthy roots and it was growing new leaves, I did get rid of it. So 3.5 out of 7 is not bad for an import. The only ones from the batch that I received that I actually picked were the majestic and the scindapsus variegated. Everything else was picked for me, so I also think that that's probably why I didn't care too much to see the Hoyas go. I wasn't super invested with them, but yeah, I think overall it was a great experience. I don't know why the Hoyas didn't work out for me or why they weren't acclimating. I was way more concerned about the scindapsus, the Thai, or even the majestic. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Would I do it again? Yes, I'm actually eager to do another plant import and, see what kinds of plants come in and pay more attention in the rehab process. I think it's fun and exciting, and I do enjoy this part of like the acclimation and learning the plant and all of that. So yeah, I would. Would I recommend it? If you love to experiment with plants and try new things, absolutely. I think that this was super fun. Prices are very reasonable, especially for the more rare stuff. They often offer packages where you can get like a certain amount of plants for a discount and things like that. So I think it's a fun thing to do, and I also feel that experimenting with this like acclimation and all of that, it just makes us better plant parents. We get to learn the plants a little more and about how they work. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it if doing those kinds of things, rehabbing, is something you enjoy doing. That's it for this import series. I'll definitely keep you posted if anything changes now that I've potted up the 2 that I kept. I didn't end up keeping the Hoya because I just didn't want to deal with the mealies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did and/or found it informative, hope you'll give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.